Southeast Asia. Maybe you're coming for business or pleasure. Maybe you're looking for love. Maybe you're retiring or hoping to move here. How do you know where you stand in the local community? You know, who's your friend, who's your foe? The easiest way to establish this early on is to be patient and pretend to a certain extent that you've got no money, or perhaps you've got problems with money. The people that are genuinely interested in you won't disappear. They won't look down their noses at you. They may even help you. Patience is a virtue, and in this respect here in Cambodia, or much of Southeast Asia, that's been never more true. That is how you establish where you stand here in society. The cashed up Khmer, and yeah, to a certain extent as well, the impoverished ones will look at the silly barang with no money and they'll look down their noses at you. A lot of the cashed up ones, they don't talk to you. You know, they'll see you as inferior and not speak to you. But if you find yourself a Khmer girl that still wants to, you know, ask if you eat already and maybe buy you a meal, you know, if you're having a bad day, keep that one, because you know if she thinks you've got no money and you're doing it tough, she's going to know that there's not necessarily a major prize in it for her immediately. How do you know if she actually loves you or she's interested in you for other reasons, like coming to your country, or, you know, the possibility that one day you may actually have money? The easiest way to work it out is they are extremely family orientated. Like if you meet her and you have a lovely few days with her or a few weeks, almost immediately she's going to be wanting to introduce you to her family. It's guaranteed. You know, if it's the mum and the dad, it's even more so. Like if it's just a video call or something like that with the mother, she sees you as possibly a good prospect. But if it's the mum and the dad and you're being dragged off to the provinces on some bus tour to go and meet the mother and father, and then a week later she's taking you off to Ratnakiri or God knows where to meet the older brother, and when you get there, they're putting you in the master bedroom and they're locking you in the house at night and guarding you with dogs to make sure that you're safe, you're pretty much already married. So keep an eye out for that. If, on the other hand, she's a little bit aloof, doesn't spend all of her time with you, and hasn't really mentioned the family at all, then that's not a good sign. Everything here is about family. If there's an age gap between you and her, that is not an issue at all. The Khmer really don't care about the age gap. What they're looking for is somebody that's going to be a good provider, somebody that's going to love them, someone that's going to be loyal, and, you know, not run off with different floozies every night of the week. You know, if you come home and you're a good provider and you prove yourself as such, they are incredibly loyal partners. I've got numerous guys that I know here that are married to Khmer women. Most of them have got at least 3 children. They usually, by the time a girl here is, you know, 22, 23, she's usually had at least 1 child already. By the time she's 25, she's probably had 2. That's Cambodia. So if you're looking to have a family and you don't want a blended family, you're probably going to want to get one that's a bit younger, because by the time they're sort of in their early 20s, they tend to have had a child. That's not always the case. I mean, I know ones that are in their 30s that haven't had children yet, but it is often the case. But yeah, if you really want to mess with the Khmer, the easiest way to do it is just pretend that you have no money. Pretend that you have no money, and then all of a sudden, you know, be witnessed walking down the street with a bag full of groceries, because that's how they gauge you. I mean, even for the people that really don't have any money, when you are here and you are seen to be going out and buying stuff. They know everything that's in that bag, and they've calculated exactly what that has cost you. So they really are that clever. I am constantly stunned at how good they are at outsmarting me. They are way sharper, and even from a very young age, like, a 5-year-old Khmer child has the street smarts of a 40-year-old Western guy, And I'm not kidding either. It's almost as if they've got like a bloodhound nose or something like that. They just they pick up on it really well. So don't think you are going to come to Cambodia and outsmart the Khmer. You may be able to here and there, but on a lost to win average, you are going to lose every single time. It's just the way it is. It's like need is the mother of invention. They have developed this sixth sense of being able to establish what's going on around them and stuff like that. I'm constantly amazed by that. They love the romance, but they don't like the public affection because it is a conservative country. So be aware of that. Also, I recommend doing a bit of a read-up on the customs here in Cambodia before you actually meet the family, because there are things that we do in the West that here in Cambodia they see as being quite rude. It's just cultural differences. The taking off of the shoes before you're coming into the house, that's a pretty common one. I mean, it's pretty common in the West as well, but they consider it quite vulgar if you don't. One I've heard also is that apparently you're not meant to eat with your left hand. That's a no-no. And things like the thumbs up sign is considered to be rude, like in a sexual nature, like a bit like the middle finger. So don't set yourself up to embarrass yourself. So read up on those things. But apart from that, they are incredibly beautiful girls here. Like they really genuinely are. And I think the reason for that is because they've had so much interaction with people from other areas. Like the Indians sailed up the, hey, Owen, how you going?
Where you go?
I'm just making a video. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello. There's a Khmer girl.
Take my baby.
Okay. Well, good to see you. I'll see you soon. So that's Phnom Penh though, like it is like a village. Everywhere I go, I'm constantly meeting people. So you're not going to have problems meeting a girl. But having said that, I would recommend if you want to set yourself up with a girl from a specific background or, maybe one that hasn't worked in the bars. Not that there's anything wrong with that, I mean, there's plenty of really nice girls that actually do work in the bars, many of which also don't go with customers. So when they say, I don't go with customers, a lot of them actually don't go with customers. That's true. They just don't go. I mean, there are lots that do, but many don't. So don't doubt that. If they tell you that that's the case, then that's the case. If they are constantly, going AWOL and disappearing, turning off their phones and stuff like that, they're going with customers. That's how you know. So be aware of that. If you don't want those ones to do that, make it so they're not wanting for anything, and be aware of all of their needs, because they will sometimes, or some of them will get embarrassed, and they'll be afraid to ask. And so what will they do? They'll go out and be conscientious like the Khmer are, find some other Westerner to fulfill that need for them. Apart from that, it's just coming back to the pretending you've got no money thing. Like if you really, really want to mess with the Khmer, come into the country, dress like a dag, don't wear expensive aftershave because they'll smell that and they'll know which aftershave it is, and they'll know how much it costs. And they'll work it out for themselves. The smart ones, which are pretty much everyone that lives in this country, will probably sum you up in about 15 minutes if you don't really cover all your bases. Go into shops without enough money, like 100 real short or something like that, and say, oh, can I have it for this? And stuff like that, because the word will get around, and all of a sudden you'll be the guy that can't afford anything, and all the ones that are just in it for the money will just disappear. They won't call, they won't text. They'll be like, nah, this guy, he's got no money. The ones that are still left over, you will know, are in it for you. That is the way to go. That is how you know if she's friend or foe. And it's the same with business. You know, if you're coming here to set up a business and they think you've got lots of money, the cost of the business is going to be exponentially higher than if you come into the country, you know, crying poor. You will still have business opportunities here right now if you have less money. So basically, advertising that you've got a certain amount of money is almost setting yourself up to get ripped off, because they'll up the price. And that goes for everything. Hotels, accommodation, rental apartments, all that sort of stuff. So that's basically the nuts and bolts of it. You know, if she's constantly wanting to fatten you up, you know, like she's going to eat you, and she's wanting to introduce you to all of her family, all of her friends, and she shows you off like the jockey of the, you know, last year's Kentucky Derby winner. The girl wants you to be her husband. That's how you know. If they don't do that, then you are something else. You are either a means to an end, or she wants you for some other reason. So that's basically it. You will know if she's, you know, trying to introduce you to the whole family. So there you go. Come to Cambodia. Like, if you haven't been here before, and it's the same with much of Southeast Asia, but if you're looking for a wife, Cambodia is the place to come and find a wife. It's because of that, like, they're not only beautiful because of that diversity and the mixing with the other nationalities that have come here, but they're beautiful people on the inside and out. They really genuinely are.